Hey there, it's Dean Odell with 7 Gables Real Estate and the Odell Group, and it is January 16th, 2020, and this is our first Tustin Talks when we're looking into the statistics and for 2020. I'll tell you, I just can't even believe what I'm seeing here. If there's ever a time where you need an expert in your corner, it's right now. This market is going to take some experience on the agent's part, from the buyer side and from the seller side. So we'll talk more about that, but for right now, let's get into the statistics. Okay, so let's look at the active listing inventory right now compared to last year at this time. This is almost scary levels. It is actually scary levels of inventory, you guys. There are only 3,901 homes on the market right now in Orange County. How does that compare with last year? Last year there were 5,911 homes. Now remember, we have been in an inventory shortage for a long time. Now, some price ranges have more shortages than others, and we'll look at that in a little bit. But I want you to understand that there was a time in this market, way back in the Great Recession, when we had, 18,000 homes on the market at the same time. So that'll just give you some perspective of where we are. So right now we're starting off with a 36% drop in inventory starting January 2020. To say we need listings for these buyers is an understatement. Okay, so to make matters worse, let's look at the demand. The demand is actually up 19%. This year, right now, there are 1,434 homes in escrow in Orange County. Last year at this time, now remember, we had interest rates of almost 5% last year. There was 1,165 homes in escrow last year at this time. Looking at the expected marketing time for this year, last year at this time, it took 130 days on average to get your home sold. We are now down to 82 days. Finally, looking at the closed sales year over year at the end of December, last year we had 1,768 homes sold in December versus this December we had 2,469 homes. So we're up 40%. Remember, demand is specific to the price range. Let's look at, what is really in the seller's favor. If you look at the dark green and light green under 1.25 million, that is really where it is leaning towards the seller. If you look at the share of housing inventory, you will see that there is 61% in the green. And when you look at the demand, you will see that there is 84%. So when you have 84% of the demand only chasing 61% of the inventory, then you are definitely going to have a hot market in that price range. Now, if you look at the next two price ranges comparatively, you'll see those are in the light red, which means they are slightly skewed towards the buyer. You'll see that their share of housing supply is only 15%, whereas the demand is 9%. So a little bit more balance there, but still in favor of the buyer. Now, when you go down to the deep red, the over $2 million market in Orange County, this is kind of where the craziness is in terms of the sellers having to get their prices adjusted to meet demand. You only have 7% of the demand chasing 24% of the inventory. So that means there's over 3 homes for every one buyer in that price range, and the buyers have much more purchasing power. So what did we learn from today's Tustin Talks? Well, hopefully what you realize is that this market is not a market for inexperienced rookies. This is not a market where you should be doing your own summations. You should be relying on an expert to advise you. This is a very challenging market for buyers, and for sellers, you want to make sure that you're getting the most money you can for your house, and there's a process for doing that. So let's start with my advice to the buyers. First of all, get yourself a good agent that's been around for a long time and is going to figure out how to get you a house in this market. Relationships matter, and some of these agents that are out there, they've been around for a while like us. They know people, and believe me, that works to your advantage when you're have competing offers. Most listing agents don't want to work with strangers. They want to work with people they know that do business continuously in the area. It's a safer deal for their seller, just so you kind of understand that. And secondly, I just want to say, if there's a house right now in this market that you want, you're lucky you're out there early, because most of your competition is going to come out in February, okay? And they're going to start even more in March, and we know the inventory follows the same pattern. But the issue is you're going to have more and more buyer competition as time goes on, and the likelihood of you getting a house that you're going to like better maybe than the one you like now that's out there, I don't know. Is it possible? Is it not? I mean, you have to determine that, but you have to realize that you're going to be in competition with more and more people as time goes on. So my advice is, if you see a house you like right now, hurry up and buy it. If you got to pay another 1% more or something like that than you really want to, it doesn't matter. Prices are supposed to go up 5% this year. It's better than not being able to get a house at all and not being able to find a house that you like later on, right? So, you know, interest rates are great. Capitalize on that. And otherwise, you could be sitting on the sidelines through the whole summer, spring market, because it's going to be very, very competitive. And again, relationships matter. So make sure you have an agent that has relationships in the area that you're buying. Okay, here's my advice to sellers. Sellers, again, experience matters. Having a seasoned agent, having somebody who is known in the area representing you on your property is super, super important. A lot of these buyers will come from people from out of area, and you need an agent that can explain to those agents why your house is worth what you're asking. You also have to have an agent that has a proven process for getting homes sold and netting you the most dollars in your pocket. So I think in our area, we do this better than anybody. I hope that you would call us. So if not, let me just give you the best advice I can at this point. What you don't want to do here right now, because I know you're probably licking your chops and thinking, oh my God, this is great. There's no inventory. The buyers don't have anything to buy. We just ask whatever we want for our house. Well, it doesn't work that way, okay? Remember, the market is only supposed to go up 5% this year, not 5% tomorrow, not 5% next month, okay? So the best strategy to use is to determine where the market wants to pay for your home. And you can only do that with an agent that really knows what's going on in the area. You two come to an agreement on what that number is, price it there, and if things go your way, the buyers will recognize that that's a fairly priced house, and chances are you will have multiple offers, depending on the price range you're in. Now, I will tell you that we just had this happen in over the $3 million price range, which we priced it right and it sold very quickly. And if you look at the average time for over $3 million, it's like 600 days or something like that. It's crazy. So anyway, there's no reason to put yourself through all that. Get an experienced agent that knows how to put the most money in your pocket, that's going to make your house look right, that's going to market it properly. I don't think anybody does it better than us. Okay, so in conclusion, this is going to be a great year for buyers on interest rates, a challenging year for inventory. Sellers, let's not get crazy here. Let's ask fair prices, and the market will determine your value and maybe even bid up your price. Just don't get crazy on your asking price. With the amount of demand out there right now, it's almost amazing that there's any houses on the market, okay? The ones that are on the market are the ones that aren't priced right. So anyway, give us a call. We'd love to help you out. Let me pull our number in here for you. Here we go. There it is. Give us a call. Visit our website, theodellgroup.com, and subscribe to Tustin Talks, and we will see you in 2 weeks. Thanks. Bye-bye. Hey guys, who are you getting your real estate advice from? Do you know there's 23,000 agents in Orange County, and 87% of them are going to be out of the business within 5 years? The Odell Group's been around for nearly 40 years. We are ranked number 9 in transactions closed, and we can give you the right advice to help you make good decisions. So please click on our subscribe button here and start watching the videos, and let us know if there's anything we do to help you.